I've been slightly obsessed with Zion Williamson, one of Duke's major stars, obviously. What can we expect from him in the tournament?
Well, this is, in fact, these two games, assuming Duke wins, and everybody does, they're pretty much a lock to do so, favored by 27 tonight against the Bison of North Dakota State. This is a homecoming for Zion Williamson. He grew up in Spartanburg, South Carolina, which is about 90 minutes away. He talked at great length yesterday about hoping he would have a chance to play big-time college basketball in his home state, which is, in fact, what's happening right now. I expect him to play very well. I expect him to put on a show, and so does CBS. For the first time in tournament history, they're going to have one camera devoted to one player, the Zion cam, following his every move, just in case he does something special. And I got to tell you, having seen him about 15 times in person, no matter how many times you see him, he always does something that makes your jaw drop. I expect a lot of that, not only tonight, but Sunday night and throughout this NCAA tournament.
I love this idea of the Zion Cam. I really, really love this idea.
That isn't really the major thrust of what these teams are after. So, look, they won 8 straight games heading in. They lost by 1. They had a chance to win that game at the buzzer. I think they're hoping, I think a lot of us are hoping that Duke and North Carolina will collide again in April. We'll have to wait and see how that one plays out.
Is that horn behind you someone who's excited about the Zion Cam, or is that someone who's weighing in on another team back there?
I think that's the Zion home. I think there's a train from Spartanburg, South Carolina, pumping fans in here to Columbia. I wouldn't be surprised. That's how much hype this kid has.
All right, Arran Anderson, I want to thank you very much for joining us, Arran.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me on. Duke's tournament run begins in less than an hour. Look, they're an overwhelming favorite tonight against North Dakota State, but as we learned last year in this tournament, anything's possible, and not even the top overall seed is safe. So let's take a look at these Bison, who have gone undefeated during the month of March. 5 straight wins, including Wednesday's play-in game versus NC Central. NDSU deadly from 3, and they do take care of the basketball. Here is some sound from both sides heading in.
North Dakota State is a championship team. They won the Summit League.
They play as a unit. They can really shoot. 40 minutes, we're going to compete. We plan on winning.
We're really excited for this opportunity, obviously, to go out and compete.
What they said.
Yes, what they said. Odds makers list Duke as a 27-point favorite. You know, Trey Jones was asked if Duke has paid any attention to what happened to Virginia, who was knocked off as the top overall seed last year. His answer, no. We don't talk about losing. We're going to have the complete wrap-up here on The Late Show. That is it for me in Columbia. Let's get over to Jeff Jones, who's standing by live in Columbus with the Tar Heels. Jeff? What a game. Yes, Duke survived a major scare. The key play came from Coach K, who circled the wagons with just over 2 minutes left to give his team 2 important messages.
You guys were made for these 2 minutes, you know, and just be yourselves.
He looked at the group and he was like, not worried. You guys live for these moments. So, you know, I feel like when the greatest coach looks at you and tell you that, that's all the confidence you need.
Down 3 with under 20 seconds left, Zion Williamson had confidence to make the play. Then came the free throw to tie it up.
You know, when I shot it and I felt it come off short, I was like, come on, man.
Was there a gap for you where you knew I can get this ball, I can make this happen?
Javin really came in and kind of blocked my man out for me when he went for the rebound, and somehow I got it. So, I mean, I thank him for that.
R.J. Barrett put the Blue Devils on top, and he grabbed a loose ball as time expired. This roller coaster ride of emotions was finally over.
I mean, I was just glad we got the win, even though it was very scary. I'm glad we got the win.
Once RJ grabbed it and secured it, you know, it was just pure joy.
I mean, the emotions were up and down for a while, but we were just able to dig deep and pull out the win.
It shows how much we've worked so hard to get to this point, and our will to win in our fight, and it feels good.
Just the momentum of the tournament, what's going on, you could be defeated right there. And instead, they hung in there.
And Coach K had a lot to do with that. He's now 28-0 all-time in the first 2 rounds as a 1 seed. How sweet is that? Duke back in the Sweet 16. Signing off from South Carolina for the final time, I'm Arran Anderson for CBS 17.
What happened last time the two played, and what's different this go-round?
Well, I think it depends on who you talk to. What Duke would say is, hey, we didn't have Zion Williamson, who was out with a knee injury. And what the Hokies would tell you, look, we beat you without our best player, which is Justin Robinson, their star point guard. The good news tonight is that both teams are healthy. And here's what you need to keep in mind. The Hokies have beaten Duke 3 of the last 4 years. They are not intimidated at all by this basketball team. They're really looking forward to the challenge tonight. And, in fact, a chance to say, hey, you know what? We beat you before and we beat you tonight, and you had Zion in the mix. They're going to bring it.
So if what you're saying is correct, you believe they're going to bring it, they're not afraid of going up against Duke, what are you looking for in tonight's matchup?
Well, I think you're going to see much the same game as we did last month, which means this. Look, you have two teams that play great defense, and what the Hokies told us yesterday is we're going to pack the paint and we're going to dare Duke to shoot the basketball. That's exactly what they did last month. They said, hey, Trey Jones, Cam Reddish, knock down shots, force us to come outside to guard you. We saw against Central Florida that Duke could not do that with any sort of consistency. So tonight, the Blue Devils, the onus is going to be on them to hit outside shots early and force Buzz and his team to really come out and guard the perimeter. If not, they're going to sock in the paint and make it difficult for Zion Williamson and company to operate inside. I think this is going to be a slugfest. I really anticipate a game that comes down to maybe the final minute, if not the final 30 seconds.
It sounds like it's going to be a good game.
Hey, Arran.
Hey there, Gibby. Look, revenge is a dish best served in D.C. That's what the Blue Devils are banking on. They took an L in Blacksburg last month, and tonight's the night. Duke plans to get even with Virginia Tech. Now, the players tell me it will be a much different story this time around. Zion did not play in that first matchup, and R.J. Barrett, he was dealing with the flu. This time, both teams are healthy. No excuses. And Zion Williamson says he can't wait to hit the court against the Hokies.
I'm going to enjoy playing the rematch because, it was very unfortunate to see my brothers lose, even though they battled really hard. And I'm just glad I could be able to go to war with them.
They have, one of their key guys back, and we have our key guy back, so it's going to be fun.
Yes, Coach K does want his players to have fun. We will have the complete wrap-up from this game on The Late Show, but for now, let's turn our attention to Kansas City, where Jeff Jones is tracking the Tar Heels. Jeff, take it away.